meeting of the,
That was Lori, isn't it?
okay. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the IDA for Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. I'd like to have the approval of the minutes of the meeting on November 16th, 2021.
So moved.
Second, any discussion?
Who
All in
was,
favor?
who was it
Aye.
second? Phil?
Phil,
Thank-
Phil Klein. All in favor?
Aye.
The first order of business is the Tivoli Properties LLC Arnoff Moving and Storage Facilities of Albany Incorporated presentation. As we've discussed at previous meetings, Arnoff would like to add to their campus a 120,000 square foot building. The total obligation and cost contract would be in the vicinity of $15 million. Jobs creation, and this just rounds out the campus that they've built in the past couple of years. Dennis, would you please elaborate on the application, please?
The Arnoffs would like to build a 120,000 square foot facility, which is a continuation of the development of their logistic campus on the 39-acre site in Malta. They've done 2 projects with us previous to this. They wanted to build, they want to build, continue to build a world-class operation and a location for companies that need their type of support, that require the logistic services that they have. They also, through this process, would be bringing companies here, taking projects on that are now in other places, not only in the country, but in the state. So that would mean the jobs would be created here in Saratoga County. The project has had its approvals, has gotten its approvals through the town. The only permit that they would need would be a building permit at this point. The building is 120,000 square feet. Total cost for the project of the building and soft cost is $12.1 million. The creation of jobs being very important to the IDA. At the time of the application, 124 jobs are existing in Malta. They would commit to 12 in the first year, another 15 in the second year, and another 15 in the third year, for a total of 42 complete in that. I did include a site plan in the application. It is the larger of the 2 blue buildings on it, just to make sure everybody knows which site and what building we're talking about. It is the larger of the 2, as you can see there. The project is requesting our, what we always call our 5 and 5 10-year commercial service pilot. The first 5 years being no taxes being paid on the improvement of the building. And then in year 6, 50% of the assessed value going on the tax rolls, and then 10% each year after that until year 11, which would then be 100%. The estimated assessment of the facility will be $8.4 million. We've had direct discussions with the town assessor on that number to confirm that. And we have also talked to the town supervisor about the project to make sure that this is something that they would like to see, and he was very positive on that. The sales tax request is a little over $500,000, $504,000 exemption. The mortgage recording tax is exemption of $40,838. The reason that number is that size is that this is a 504 project, and the mortgage tax benefit will only apply to the 50% of that program that's done by a bank. The SBA does not charge the mortgage recording tax on their portion of it. Total benefits for the project on real property, tax abatement, over the 10 years would be $1,049,035. Total savings, $1,593,872.50. Bottom line savings after costs to the IDA, $1.49 million. I would at this time look to Mike or to Craig to add any particular comments. One last comment I would like to say is the percentage of project costs financed through the public sector. It's on page 20 of our application. That number is 13%, 13.17%. Our projects have gone over the few years we've had this in our application from 10% up to 20%. So this is on the mid-range of percent for the cost of project against the incentive being requested. Mike?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for your time today, and we very much appreciate putting this meeting together for us. We tested the waters over the last month with some marketing of the space. And I will tell you, to our client base, we've had a very, very, very high interest level as things both in the semiconductor market is evolving with hopefully what the president will sign into order over the next month or so. And in other markets that we have that we focus on, whether it be automobile or consumer-based motorized products that we work very closely with manufacturers. So we've had a lot of interest. As we said in the last meeting, we are working very, very closely with a Fortune 500 company that's has their warehouse based in Tampa, Florida, and it has a great deal of interest to move it to Malta to our new building. So I really don't have much more than that to say, other than we're very excited about this advanced project. It goes along with our long-range plan that we had when we first stepped foot, or shortly after Dennis first brought us to this 39-acre site in Malta. And it's exciting for our family to see the plan come to fruition. Craig, anything to add?
Just the one thing that I don't know if I know we touched on in the subcommittee meeting. I just want to make sure it's highlighted. Arnoff as a company through our sale of storage service is a sales tax generator. We've seen increased storage business over our time in Malta. Obviously, building a 120,000 square foot building, that's what we want to do. We want to bring more storage services to Saratoga County and the town of Malta, all of which would hopefully be taxable. And we've generated, on a growing end, well over $50,000 in sales tax revenue from those storage services just in our buildings we currently have on site and services we currently provide. And we're hoping to continue to grow that number. We've seen it grow year over year to north of 50,000, like I said. And, obviously that's an add back to the community as part of the incentive for building this warehouse.
Okay, thank you. Mike or Craig, would you elaborate a little bit more about your presentation to the land use boards in Malta and the reception that you received from them?
Certainly. You mean the planning board, the municipal
Planning board.
Yeah. We received from the planning board a very, very, we got through 2 meetings, and we probably could have gotten it through 1 meeting. Although we had we have 7 private residences that border a portion of our southern border. And there was some concerns from a number of the board members on how we were going to handle building a natural barrier between the property. And we've come up with quite an interesting landscape plan to do that. So we ended up in a second meeting, but Mr. Sutton, we got a unanimous response, a great response, unanimous vote. I think, and maybe I'm bragging a little bit, a tad bit, but we've proven to them in the two projects that we've done, the 2 phases, 3 phases that we've done so far, that we do what we say we're going to do. And when we came in front of them, we were already a known entity, and a lot of confidence on their part that we will meet the municipal requirements to, get the job done and do it under their auspices and follow the rules.
Thank you. Thank you. Any board member have any questions for Mr. Arnoff or his son Craig?
No.
Walt, do you have any comments on the project?
No, I don't. I read the application and I really don't have any this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Phil?
Can't hear Phil.
You're on mute, Phil.
Good comment, Phil. There you go. No, everything looks fine with me. And Malta's agreeable to it, so it's fine.
Okay. Tom Lewis?
No comments.
No comments, huh?
Just
Oh, boy.
listening today. I'm a listener
Okay.
today.
Very good. Mike Mooney?
No comments. All good.
No comments, okay. The only comment I have is that.
How about Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't see in my, Kevin, come and tell us.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for reminding me. Thank you. Again, the project came before us. This is the third time the Arnoffs have come, and I was a little bit skeptical in the beginning. But as the project evolved, it serves a purpose, and we'd like to see the project stay in Malta as opposed to go in another geographic location that does not really provide financial revenues to. So it kind of changed my mind over the periods of discussion that we've had with Mike and Craig, and certainly Dennis. I would like to have a motion then to see if we can get into a public hearing on December 21st in the town of Malta. Would someone like to approve the?
Here, I'll make
Stated?
that motion, Ron.
Okay, a second.
Second it.
Walt,
Yep.
second. All in favor of the application to go forward to a public hearing?
Aye.
All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, we will set up a public hearing for December 21st, 2021 in the town of Malta. We did discuss this previously before the meeting started. We'll have the option of either meeting in person and or in Zoom if people are uncomfortable meeting in a public forum. So to Mike, Craig, we'll see you on the 21st. Dennis, you'll have all the notifications and Jim will send out Jim and Scott will have the notifications sent out so that we can meet the criteria for the public hearing.
Great.
Any questions from anyone?
Got one just to throw out, either Dennis or either one of the Arnoffs. Could you get us for Jim's resolution down the line, seeker information as far as minutes, resolution, that stuff? You could email it to me.
Seeker from the planning board.
What's that, Dennis?
You're talking seeker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll take care of it.
Okay,
Thank you all.
Mr.
Thank you
Such,
very-
thank you.
thank you. We'll see you on the 21st.
Thank you, sir.
The next item, CEO report. We're going to do this in the December 21st meeting, Scott,
Yes. Yep.
and also the financial report for the 21st,
Correct.
right, Jeff?
Yes.
You're good with that? Okay. We have a final resolution for the summit at Half Moon. This is kind of put together quickly so that they can meet the, the criteria that they need to get this sign into motion before the first of the year. Is that right, Jim?
Yeah, there is some apprehension about the prevailing wage provision that's supposedly coming into effect January 1, and by its literal meaning, it shouldn't even apply to this project, but everybody's nervous, so they want to try to close before the end of the year.
Okay.
So this resolution just authorizes the execution of the documents necessary to close. Financing would take place down the road, probably in the spring.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the resolution as stated?
Sure, I'll make that motion.
Mike Mooney has second. Phil Klein, any discussion? Any further discussion on the summit at Half Moon? Roll call vote, Mike?
Okay, on that resolution, which will be resolution number 1501, I believe, Lori?
Yep.
And how do you vote on this, Mr. Klein,
In favor.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Mooney,
Yes.
Mr. Tallison,
Yes.
Mr. Winch,
Yes.
and Chairman Sutton?
Yes.
All right, motion carries 6-0.
Okay, thank you. Mike, you holding off on your report until the 21st as well?
Yep, mine, I'll just be briefly on some year-end stuff that Scott and Jeff and I are doing.
Okay. Any other business to come before the board today?
The one thing if you don't mind, as we go through this application from Arnoff, we are, and I've already sort of talked about it with Jim, we're in a sort of calling this a phase 3. And as Scott and Jeff and I get through, and we start going through January through March and reporting back with the ABO, we're going to have to be careful on job numbers with the state, because we're always looking at an existing facility, and then if there's an addition and then another addition, the state is looking at us and reporting as having separate applications, separate projects. So in some way, we have to differentiate the job numbers, and that's just something I'll go over it during the public hearing. I just want to throw that out as a reminder as we go through. And I did talk with the assessor on this, so we are able to suffix this project onto a separate. It's still the same main parcel, 60.1, and as was alluded to, 39 acres, but we will have had 3 different phases on that one parcel. So we have 3 projects that the state is looking at monitoring. So again, that'll come up during the public hearing. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any other business to come before the board? If none, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
All right,
Have a
folks,
good
we'll see
day,
you on the
everyone.
21st. Thank you.
Thanks, Rod.
Good, thank you.